Hi everybody, it's Carla from Casey Creates, and I want to first say Happy New Year. Several of you around the world have already celebrated the new year. I know places like New Zealand and Australia and our UK friends will probably be almost there. What time is it? 4:30? It's about 9:30 where you are, 4:30 where we are. So we are approaching a brand new year, and I'm just gonna pray you all get your year off to a happy, healthy start. If you couldn't tell, I have been keeping myself quite busy. I rarely get this much time to craft, so I just went all in, and I have literally created 4 shabby chic junk journals. They're mostly fabric. Well, there's a lot of paper for journaling, but I of course had fun with lace and trim. And so this is just a sneak peek, and if you want to see all of them, I won't be able to do a project share of all of them tonight, but I wanted to just give you a little sneak peek of one of them, and mainly come on to say Happy New Year. So I just did everything that makes me happy, and I'm still fairly new to making journals. It's almost 2 years now, but I find the more I make them, oh my goodness, you can just go overboard with details and adding things. So this is some rayon seam binding that I dyed pink with shimmer mist, and I just went over the top with all kinds of everything. So it's got bling, it's got vintage, it's got shabby, it's got buttons, everything. So this is a framed piece that was a Tim Holtz piece of ephemera, and then I was gifted from Mary Barrett. Oh, she made this most beautiful pink altered file folder, and inside she tucked extra ephemera, and one of the pieces is this image. It's one of my absolute favorite rose images, and there's a dove, and I just think there's no better way to usher in the new year than a dove, a peace dove. And then joy. Joy is my anthem, because I've learned that no matter what your circumstances, God can still give you true joy in your heart. So that's my desire, is to have true joy. And then I used rose print scrapbook paper as my background, and just lots of lace and layering and eyelash trim. This button tells a little story. My twin sister, she got married 2 years before me, and my wedding date, she was 8 months pregnant. She was not very happy with me. So anyway, her bridesmaid dress had to be made special, and so this button was one of the buttons that was on her bridesmaid's dress that we had made for her, and it didn't need all the buttons. And I was going through my mother's can of buttons, and I found one of the dress buttons, and so I've added that to this journal. And then this is just some beaded bridal applique, and some background paper is some avocado dyed paper. And I love the buttons. I always want to add buttons, and I rarely do, but this journal I just took my time and went back and added as I remembered the different things. So there's a little mother of pearl button and a heart button and a tiny little vintage button. And the back I left pretty plain, because I was thinking maybe this could be a purse journal, so I didn't want to put too many embellishments to get banged around on. So that's the cover, and then inside the cover I made a little pocket here, and there are a couple tags that I put some flower embellishments on, and these are just tea-dyed index cards with lines on them. They're probably not showing up very well, and they live in that pocket for journaling or to write a little note to someone. And then I made this little canvas and lace ribbon that flips up, and you can write little messages under there. And that's a Prima flower. I love the little sparkle that those always have. And then I have lots of this really nice quality tea-dyed paper for journaling on. And I ruched and ruffled my own laces to go on the edges of the pages. I have a little belly band here. And just lots of lace-edged pages of tea-dyed paper, so it really will be a nice functioning journal for writing thoughts in. And there's some of those little chiffon roses. I just had the best time embellishing with paper and fabric. This is a little flip-out booklet of tea-dyed paper and some rosebud print washi tape. And then I have this tea-dyed doily that I stitched and made a corner pocket. And then there's a little embroidered rosebud applique. I got this idea from Shar Fisher when I won a beautiful journal from her. She had little snippets of washi tape torn. I just loved that effect. And this washi tape is, oh, hi Shar, by the way, and this is from Ruby. She gave me this huge bundle of Happy Mail, and it was wrapped and wrapped and wrapped in the most gorgeous washi tape, so I salvaged it to reuse. Thank you, Ruby. Hope you are well. And then this is a little vellum page with some tags that tuck in here. I use that little satin ribbon rose to keep them in place. And on the other side, the same thing, a little belly band, a stitched little tag. I like putting lace at the top of the tags because it kind of reminds me of a crown. And then I made these little clips a while ago, just some tissue paper and then glossy accents over the top. And it's holding on to this pretty little round tag. This was a Christmas tag, I think, and I just covered it and repurposed it with some lace and applique and a little seam binding. So that lives there, or anywhere, because you can move the clip around. And then just some more edged pages with lace. There's a little fold out for journaling, and this again has some of the pink shimmer mist. I love that stuff. I had that for a while and never used it, and I didn't realize how easily it works to color things and leave a little bit of shimmer at the same time. So it clips there, and more journaling space, another little lace pocket and tag. On this paper, I love it. It's tea dyed, but it's got, like, I don't know, infused with little flowers and leaves. And the next page is more of the paper doily. Some tags. This is avocado dyed paper that flips out. You can journal on it. And I just embellished it with a little flower sticker. And then this is just like a little bookmark. So those live in there. And I have my middle signature there, or that's where it's sewn in anyway. And then more of that really pretty washi tape. This was a double bordered piece of lace, and I just cut the border lace off because I thought it made really pretty trim. I have a little cluster of paper flowers there. More of the ruffled lace on the edge. And there's 2 more pages for journaling. And then this is a fun piece. It's got a fussy cut flower that I glossy accented, and then I used parchment paper, and then it opens up and you can journal on the inside. So it's not a real envelope. It's a faux envelope, but it works. And then there's some more of the vellum. Another little corner pocket with a pretty little tag. It's got T on this side. Goes in there. And then, I don't know, do you guys like seeing the oven rack lines? I kind of do. I was just going through some of the journals, and one of the highlights of my year was getting the pages for my challenge and creating journals of all of your gorgeous work. And while I was going through, I found some tags that I thought I could reuse in this journal. And this is one that was gifted to me from my lovely friend Linica, from Lynn's Crafty Life, and she made the theme of her page suns, and it was just so unique, but the tags were just so pretty, and I realized that this one would work great in this parchment paper pocket. So she has these really pretty birds on this tag, so I used the paper, the parchment paper, made a pocket, and this pretty tag lives in here. So I laced it, or trimmed it with some vintage lace and one of those little crocheted rosebuds. And it works great because she put some vintage lace here as a little tab. And the pocket, it flips so that there's room to journal behind it. And there's just another little crocheted lace applique. I always imagine writing around all this beautiful lace. So not only are you having a nice quiet moment journaling, but there's also just so much prettiness on each page. At least that's my thinking. And that's the end. And then of course I like to tuck a tea bag in these little glassine bags. And I love decorating glassine bags. And I even love more how they sound. And so inside I have a little lemon ginger tea bag and another little tag with lace, and you can journal on the back. So this is one of 4 of my little shabby chic junk journals, and this one is small, so it could fit nicely in a purse or a bag. And I just thought I'd use it as a way to come on before tomorrow. We're gonna have a pretty quiet New Year's Eve. Let's see if I can do this a little bit shorter. And we're gonna roast hot dogs and marshmallows at my sister's and stay off the city streets. Back in the day, we would want to be where all the action is. I hope that's not a sign of getting old, but I'm afraid it is. Plus, we have a minor who can't be like out and about. So we'll be with the cousins and the aunts and the uncles as long as we can hang in there. And so many blessings to you all. Thank you for helping encourage me and inspire me and help me through some of the hard days this year. We are just really blessed and grateful to live in this country, to have good friends, and we are blessed. Just, you know, that word there, joy. That's my hope for you and for all of us, that we will have a joyful 2020. So if you feel so inclined, please leave a comment or just, I don't know. Thanks for watching. Happy New Year, and I'll see you again soon. Bye.